Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Thomas Fans YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be doing more predictions for a boxing card coming up tomorrow. Beterbiev versus Bivol on another Riyadh season card in Saudi Arabia. I believe it's in Saudi Arabia. I think so anyway. Now, I'm just going to give my basic opinions on who I think is going to win. Not a deep dive into it because a lot of these fighters I don't watch all their fights, so I'm quite new still to the boxing game, so I might not know all their attributes, but I'm just gonna predict a winner. I'm only gonna talk about the fights I care about. The first two fights on the card, don't know either one of them, don't care. But let's kick it off. We have Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron. No, Liam Cameron? Was it Liam Cameron? It was Liam Cameron. Sorry, I had to note that down because I wouldn't remember his name otherwise. Ben Whittaker versus Liam Cameron. Now, Ben Whittaker, in his recent fights, has been shown a bit of Prince Nassim style, just jabbing, moving, showboating, doing some dances, and he's been going viral. You know, he's been dancing his way around the ring, dominating opponents. And at first I thought, okay, right, he's just doing that with journeymen, it's not going to last. But then when he started getting 10-round fights with some decent opponents and actually doing quite well against them, it's quite good. So this person, I haven't heard this person. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I think he's going to beat this person as well. I want to see a knockout from him because with his style, we don't tend to see a lot of knockouts. So I want to see Ben Whittaker maybe stop this guy. But I predict an easy Ben Whittaker win. Then we have Jai Opataya versus Jack Massey. Jai Opataya, we haven't seen since one of the Riyadh season cards. It could have been Fury Ngannou, but it could have also been Joshua Ngannou. I don't know. It could have been Joshua Wallen. Yeah, it could have been that one. Jai Opataya, though, very powerful. One of the best cruiserweights in the world. Last time I saw him out, he was against some guy, can't remember his name, but he hit him with a massive right overhand. I watched that one live, actually. He hit him with a massive right overhand. The man went straight out. So I predict Jai Opataya is probably going to win this fight. He was probably set up for him to win, you know, still building his resume, still building his career. Then we have a fight, which, by the way, is the fourth up on the card. This should be a main event in itself, and it was in the first place. This is a rematch. Fabio Wardley, Fraser Clark. Now, the first fight ended in a draw. Fraser Clark was the champion. No, Fraser Clark was the challenger. Fabio Wardley was the champion. Now, if it wasn't for Fraser Clark getting dropped by Fabio Wardley and then also losing a point, I would have gave this fight to Fraser Clark. I would have said that's a Fraser Clark win. He outboxed him. He landed the better shots. I just think he won that fight. But he got dropped and then he lost a point. So that's the equivalent of losing 2 rounds. So that fight then became a draw. And obviously Fraser Clark was probably 2 rounds up. So in the rematch, I think if Fraser Clark's gone back and he's done the right work, I think Fraser Clark can take this fight because he was quite dominant. And if you notice, Fabio Wardley still has the scar on his nose from where Fraser Clark was popping his nose and he obviously cut him. I think Fraser Clark takes this win. I hope Fraser Clark takes this win. But it's a very 50-50 fight. Out of all the fights we talked about so far, this is the most 50-50. Then, next on the card, we have the return of Chris Eubank Jr. versus some guy called Camille Simonetta. Maybe a journeyman, I don't know. I don't know this man. God, I sound really unprofessional on this, but I don't know this man. Last time I saw Chris Eubank Jr., he got one back on Liam Smith, knocking him out in their rematch. I believe this is probably just to build the momentum of Chris Eubank Jr., and then we can probably jump into a Liam Smith 3, finally a Conor Benn fight, maybe a Billy Joe Saunders rematch, maybe Canelo fight. We don't know. But this is obviously just to build Eubank's name back up. So I think that's quite an easy Chris Eubank Jr. win in a co-main event. But it's nice to see Chris Eubank Jr. Wait, is he co-main event? He's not co-main event. Never mind, I thought he was co-main event. The co-main event is Shakur Stevenson versus Joe Cordina. These are the fights we don't see enough of. The big people in America in the division versus the big people in UK from a division. Joe Cordina's big in the UK and he's fought a lot of UK names. Same with Shakur Stevenson, but for US. So now we're getting a US and a UK. We need more of that. But I don't know. I think Shakur Stevenson hangs around a lot with Terence Crawford. Doesn't he get like Floyd Mayweather's approval? I don't know. I'm just going to predict Shakur Stevenson. I believe he's probably got more skill behind him. So I think Shakur Stevenson will beat Joe Cody. I don't think he'll knock him out or anything. Shakur Stevenson isn't a knockout type fighter anyway. He likes to go 12 rounds and outbox people and be quite a Floyd Mayweather-ish fighter. So I think Shakur Stevenson wins that one on points. And the main event, Beterbiev versus Bivol. What makes Beterbiev good is that he's a hard hitter. He knocks people out. He hurts them. What makes Bivol good is he's a class boxer. He doesn't get a lot of knockouts, but he's a class boxer. And the one thing I think that sets the difference between Bivol and Beterbiev is the wins. Now, both men are undefeated, I believe. Beterbiev's biggest win in terms of name is Anthony Yard. Bivol's biggest win in terms of name is Canelo. If you can beat Canelo, which I believe is only Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, I could be wrong, but I think they're the only two people. I'm going to have to back Bivol because while Beterbiev may be a hard hitter, Canelo could also be a hard hitter. Look what Canelo did to Amir, slumped him. You know, Canelo has made some people hurt. Like, he put Caleb Plant down quite easily. He put John Ryder down in like 2 rounds. He didn't stop him, but Canelo can be quite a hard hitter, and Dimitri Bivol had no trouble with that. He outboxed Canelo, which is surprising. So I think although although Artur Beterbiev could potentially hit Bivol with some really good shots, I might catch him with a good one. I think Bivol's technical ability, his footwork, his punch placement, it's going to be a lot better than Beterbiev, and I think Bivol gets the win on points decision. I think Beterbiev's going to be chasing him down. Bivol's going to be countering him. That's my prediction, though. Could be wrong. That one's a very 50-50 fight. It's a very cold war fight. You know, it gives Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury vibes, but this is before the men are in their prime, before they've took their first loss. They're both undefeated. A bit past up and coming, but they're in the limelight right now. So I'm gonna pick Bivol. But I'll check back in after the show and I'll see if I've got the predictions right. Please like and can't speak these days. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.